Hey there, my name is Hydrogen Heather. We're excited to have you here with us for the experiment of the day, and it's a great one. This is called Bang in a Bag, and we're going to be discovering this thing called matter, and then the 3 states of matter. And let me just pop this question out. There are 3 kinds of matter. I know you have learned about them, so can you tell me one state of matter?
Solid.
Solid. Can you tell me one state?
Gas.
Gas, and then can you tell me a state?
Liquid.
Okay, liquid, and then can you tell me a state of matter? Okay, I know that plasma was going through your mind, so good job, buddy. Now listen, today we're just gonna deal with the basic 3, solid, liquid, and gas, okay? And it's a very easy lesson, but really it can be tough when you're trying to convey to little ones the concept of matter has to have mass and take up space. But this experiment is brilliant, so let's dive right in. The first thing is I want to make sure that we properly identify the materials that we're going to work with. So this is a box of baking soda. I want you to feel that really quick. And I want you to just tell me, after everyone has a chance to feel it, if you think we are dealing with a solid, a liquid, or a gas. What do you guys think?
Solid.
Absolutely a solid. And then ingredient number 2, which is going to be vinegar. Just by looking at it and how I can pour it and slosh it around, are we dealing with a solid, a liquid, or a gas? Okay, now it's going to be a liquid. The gas is going to come a little bit later, but just to make sure that we understand what gas is and that gas does indeed take up space, would all of you agree with me that you can blow air out? Yes. All right, I want you to fill your cheeks with air. Okay, will you agree with me that air takes up space? Okay, because we just filled our cheeks with it. So keep that in mind for later. Now, for the first part of this experiment, I am going to give everybody a 1/4 of a paper towel, and you're going to help brother here. I know that the material list calls for a 1/2 a paper towel, but I just find it's easier with a little bit less. So we're going to take that 1/4 of a paper towel, and we're going to fold it once in half. Good job. So we just folded it in half, and now we're going to fold it in half again. All right, and I'll bet all of you moms out there know this trick. If you've ever run out of coffee filters and had to make your own, you fold a paper towel in half twice, and then you open it up, and you have a little cone shape, all right? So that's what we need from everybody. Open that thing up and just make a little cone. All right, nice work. Now for the moment, just go ahead and sit that down in front of you, and we're gonna switch gears a little bit. So I'm going to give everybody a baggie, and I'd like you to hold it open. And then what I have inside this measuring cup is approximately a 1/4 cup of water and approximately a 1/4 cup of vinegar. It's okay if you don't get your measurements exact for this experiment, but make sure that you're holding on tight because I'm going to dump that right in, and I'm going to lean over and fill for the second baggie. And so you're noticing I'm not looking real carefully here. I just want to make sure that I'm approximate. And then for the 3rd bag, and if you want to, you can let Daniel kind of get his hands on there and hold that bag with you. All right, but you still have to hold it and support it. Yeah, his little hands won't hold that very well. Okay, so I'm going to take their little funnel, and this is where you definitely need a pair of hands with your child or 2 children on the same bag, because what we're going to do is take about 2 tablespoons of baking soda, and we're going to put it into that little cone. And once again, actually with this size cone, I think about 1.5 tablespoons is going to work well. Now watch how I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to tell Olivia to hold that paper towel so that it does not fall down into the bag. And as she's holding it, and it is a little bit tricky, I am going to zip it, okay? And then she's just gonna hold that paper towel right there while we move on to Savannah's bag. And the same thing, I'm gonna make my little homemade mini coffee filter, and I'm going to put enough baking soda in there to fill, right around between 1 and 2 tablespoons. And then the same thing, I'm gonna make sure she has a good hold of that paper towel. And then I'm going to zip the bag. And I also try to get as much air out of there as I can. And then finally, we're gonna move to these 2 jokers over here. And same thing, between 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of baking soda. Okay, so now, yeah, this is gonna be tricky because I've got 2 sets of hands on there. Nevaeh, do you have it nice and tight? Okay, don't let that paper towel touch the liquid. So this is tough when you've got a little one involved, but if you pair a little one with an older one, you should be in business. Okay, hold on to that with Nevaeh. Here, I'm gonna take this one. Hold on with Nevaeh. Okay, so now what's going to happen is I am going to count to 3. And when I count to 3, they're going to grab the top of the bag and they're going to let that paper towel filter drop right in, and then they're just going to hold the bag still. They're not going to shake, they're not going to jiggle, they're just going to drop and hold. Are you ready for this? So we have a solid, we have a liquid, and then we have a bag that's empty of anything else other than those 2 things. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, drop. And now I want you to tell me what you see going on in that bag. What I'm going to do is I'm going to jiggle that to make sure that they're mixing. Okay, well, I don't know if it's going to pop, but let me tell, or let me ask, what are you seeing?
It's filling up with gas.
It is filling up with gas. And if you've ever had the challenge of trying to convey the concept, especially to like a 1st or 2nd grader, the idea that air and gas does take up space, this is perfect because immediately they can see that the carbon dioxide gas that is being produced when the vinegar hits the baking soda absolutely 100% takes up space in that bag. Now, why do we call this a bang in a bag? If anybody is feeling brave, you can put your fingers in there and just undo a little bit of that bag.
Why?
Well, we call this a bang in a bag, and I want to figure out why. All right, should I do the first one? Here we go. Oh, that one was not even a big bang. You try yours. Oh, I heard that one. And I heard that one too, so you just get a little bit of a pop. But totally fun, and of course, all that gas escaped. So super fun. I hope you enjoyed this experiment. The kids always love mixing chemicals. We've created a true chemical reaction, which means now that we've mixed those chemicals and created a new chemical, we cannot go back and undo what we've done. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.